Not Gabrielle out here spilling Dwyane Wade's messiest secrets and then dipping like she never knew him. Word on the street is Dwyane's been cheating. Again. And this time, Gabrielle ain't sticking around. Sis got her bags packed and her heels pointed toward the door. But here's the twist. She's not just leaving quietly. She's airing it all out. And what she's saying about Dwyane? Whew, it's the kind of tea that'll leave your jaw on the floor. Honestly, 2023 really came through as the year that dragged Hollywood love stories into the mud. One by one, all these perfect couples are crumbling. Will and Jada kicked it off, and now Gabrielle and Dwyane are adding fuel to the chaos with their own messy saga. These two were seen as that strong, unshakable Black power couple, the kind that gave hope to the Hollywood love game. But let's not pretend everything was sweet. There's been a whole lot of strange moments between them over the years. And now, it's all boiling over. They first linked up in 2007, and let's be real, it already started scandalous. Gabrielle had a man back then. And Dwyane? He was married to his high school sweetheart, Siobhan Funches. So, from jump, the situation was already messy. And it's only gotten wilder since. Stay tuned, because the secrets she's dropping, they might just end his image for good. Not long after Gabrielle called it quits with her man, Dwyane suddenly ended things with his wife, Siobhan, and fans instantly started connecting the dots. People were whispering that he and Gabrielle had been creeping behind the scenes while he was still married. Both of them denied it, of course. Dwyane even tried to make it crystal clear. Gabrielle had nothing to do with my divorce. But let's be real, not everyone bought that clean-cut version of events. It looked way too polished, like they were trying to protect their image. Then, boom, they went public with their relationship in 2010, just months after his divorce was finalized. The timing? Way too convenient. And almost immediately, the streets started talking. Word was, Dwyane was out here doing Gabrielle dirty with half the women in Hollywood. One of his alleged side chicks even came forward like, I too have my situation with Dwyane. Can't lie. He's great in bed, but I'd never take him serious like Gabrielle does. He's always flying women out and doing the most. Sis went in. She said they try to give Michelle and Barack vibes, but the reality is totally different. She claimed Dwyane's got girls everywhere and everybody who's dealt with him knows the game. Then she dropped the real question. Either Gabrielle knows and doesn't care, or she's playing dumb. And I find that hard to believe. Whew, this ain't just relationship drama. This is a whole scandal in designer suits. When folks started buzzing about the cheating rumors, Gabrielle and Dwyane played it cool. No confirmation, no denial. They stayed silent and focused on pushing that picture-perfect power couple image. But then, out of nowhere, they called it quits in 2013. And just when people thought it was over, boom, they got back together that November and left everyone shook. But hold up. The plot twist here is wild. During that little break, Dwyane went and got his longtime friend, Aja Matoye, pregnant. Yeah, let that sink in. The timing had people side-eyeing hard. Like, how did he manage to get someone pregnant that fast after the split? Fans started speculating. Was there something already going down between him and Aja while he was still with Gabrielle? And knowing Dwyane's history, it wouldn't exactly be surprising. Whispers started flying that maybe Aja wasn't just a friend, that maybe something sneaky had been brewing behind the scenes. 'Cause let's be real, it only takes one time to get pregnant, but folks swore there was more to it than that. The vibes were off. Dwyane eventually spilled the truth. He and Gabrielle had already reunited before he found out Aja was expecting. He straight up admitted he was scared to tell her, terrified she'd walk away for good. And honestly, he called that confession one of the hardest things he's ever had to do. So yeah, 1 minute they're broken up, next thing he's got a baby on the way, and then they're back together like nothing happened. Make it make sense. Of course Gabrielle was crushed by the betrayal. But for years, she kept it quiet. That is, until just a few months ago, when she finally opened up and dropped a bomb. She said, "It should go without saying that we were not in a good place at the time that the child was conceived, but we were doing much better when he finally told me about the pregnancy. To say I was devastated is to pick a word on a low shelf for convenience." She didn't stop there. Gabrielle revealed that complete strangers were upset she hadn't spoken on the trauma before, but said, "I have not had words. And even after untold amounts of therapy, I'm not sure I have them now." Whew! That pain ran deep. Still, she stayed. They patched things up, and just months later, boom, they were married. But that's when folks really started whispering. Maybe Gabrielle did know more about Dwyane's cheating than we all thought. And then came the real eyebrow raiser, his son, Xavier. While Gabrielle and Dwyane post happy family pics with his older kids, Zaire and Zaya, the silence around Xavier is loud. It's like he barely exists in their picture-perfect world. People noticed, and they weren't impressed. But it didn't stop there. Their marriage took another hit when Gabrielle dropped a financial truth bomb during an interview. She and Dwyane split everything 50-50. Yes, bills included. Now here's the kicker. Dwyane's worth millions more than Gabrielle. So people were like, wait, what? He's pulling NBA money, endorsement deals, investments, and she's splitting dinner tabs down the middle? The internet did not let that one slide. People were already side-eyeing that 50-50 split, but Gabrielle clapped back, saying it was about financial independence, that she didn't want to feel like she owed anyone for her lifestyle. But for a lot of fans, it felt like she was trying to justify a dynamic that seemed off balance, especially considering all she'd already tolerated from Dwyane. Then things got even weirder when fans dug into how Gabrielle was being treated in the relationship versus how Dwyane publicly honored everyone else in his life. On birthdays and Father's Day, his posts were paragraphs long for his kids, his mom, even his teammates. But when it came to Gabrielle, folks noticed he kept it short or awkwardly generic. Some even said it felt like she was more of a business partner than a wife. And behind closed doors, sources claimed Gabrielle had been dealing with a lot more than what the public ever saw. Allegedly, she handled most of the parenting responsibilities at home, including helping raise his kids from previous relationships, while managing her own career and public image. Fans started asking the hard questions. Was Gabrielle really happy? Or was she settling for a relationship that looked good on the outside but felt empty on the inside? The same woman who spoke up for women's rights, justice, and mental health was now being seen as someone who might have sacrificed her own peace just to keep the perfect marriage alive. It's giving loyal, but at what cost? And just when people thought it couldn't get any more complicated, boom! Gabrielle started dropping cryptic messages online that had everyone wondering if trouble was brewing again. One post read, "Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing peace while still remembering the pain." Fans instantly took it as a subtle shot at Dwyane. Around that same time, she started showing up solo at major events. No Dwyane in sight. No hand-holding. No red carpet smiles. Just Gabrielle glowing, but also giving, "I'm doing this alone" energy. The whispers turned into full-blown rumors. Were they separated again? And then came the resurfaced drama about Xavier. A few followers pointed out that Dwyane still hadn't publicly celebrated his son's birthday. Not once. Meanwhile, Gabrielle kept posting flawless pics of the blended family, without even a mention of the child. The silence was deafening, and fans called it out hard. On top of that, people noticed Gabrielle looked different. Not just physically, but emotionally. More distant, more guarded, almost like she was clocking out of the relationship in real time. She wasn't doing cute TikToks with Dwyane anymore. No matching outfits, no anniversary captions. It's like the whole picture-perfect brand they'd built was slowly falling apart. And honestly, fans started wondering if Gabrielle was just waiting for the right moment to pull the plug again. This time for good. Because when a woman checks out emotionally, The goodbye is already in motion. Y'all, the energy is shifting, and this Hollywood fairy tale might be on its final page. Gabrielle's got a solid net worth, around $40 million. But Dwyane, he's sitting on a $170 million fortune. That's over 4 times more than her. So naturally, folks were scratching their heads like, why are they splitting bills 50-50? Especially when it's clear who's got the deeper pockets. But wait, here's the twist. Dwyane spilled the tea in an interview, and it turns out Gabrielle was the one who insisted on the 50-50 arrangement. And the reason? Because during a heated argument, Dwyane allegedly made a slick comment that rubbed her the wrong way. And ever since, she's been moving different. Wild, right? That little detail had people side-eyeing their marriage all over again. Like, is that love? Or just business in disguise? But Gabrielle wasn't backing down. She stood 10 toes down on their setup, saying the equal split keeps things balanced in their second go at marriage. She said, "This is both of our second marriages. We didn't get it right the first time, so now we're being more collaborative, more equitable. We humble ourselves, we listen, we meet in the middle." And just when folks thought she was done, she dropped another bomb. In a separate interview, Gabrielle said the biggest difference this time around? A prenup, by her demand. She said, "When you have your own stuff, you don't need to worry about anyone else's. I've never seen Dwyane balance a checkbook, so I gotta protect my things." She called it the wave of the future. But a lot of people are wondering, is it really empowerment or just survival in a marriage full of power plays? Gabrielle, girl, speak for yourself, because the streets are saying this whole situation just went from tense to full-on spicy. According to gossip blog Demo, things between Gabrielle and Dwyane are looking real shaky right now. Word is, he's been caught cheating again, and Gabrielle, she's done. This time, she's making quiet moves toward divorce. Allegedly, a source claimed Dwyane's been getting way too cozy with another woman. He spoke to her super intimately, the source said. They were close, real close, for at least 2 hours. And get this, Gabrielle has been dropping some serious hints of her own. One of her recent posts read, "When clarity, truth, and transparency are present, there's only room for evolution." Translation? She's over the lies. She also posted on Snapchat while picking up her daughter, saying, "I'd do anything for her peace." Meanwhile, Dwyane's been showing up in photos with the kids, but not with Gabrielle. And she's been posting solo with their daughter, but nothing with the full family unit. Fans noticed fast. One insider even said, if they break up, it's gonna be like Will and Jada, silent separation but public unity. But here's the biggest clue. Both of them have stopped wearing their wedding rings. That move alone had the internet on fire, and according to a close source, Gabrielle's already talking to divorce lawyers. She's planning her exit, trying to keep it clean and low-key to avoid the media circus. But one thing's for sure, she's done watching Dwyane embarrass her. She gave that man chances. She gave him loyalty. But now, she's choosing herself. And if this divorce goes through, Hollywood's power couple might just turn into the quietest breakup with the loudest fallout. Whew! The internet is on fire with this one, and fans have been sounding off. People are flooding the comments with hot takes like, "And she was out here paying half the bills?" Another said, "I don't feel bad for her. She stayed even after the break, baby." What did she expect? Then came the real shade. One user wrote, "Did Gabrielle really think she was going to be the one to change Dwyane?" Others started pulling up old receipts, saying Gabrielle wasn't exactly innocent in how Dwyane's first marriage ended. Folks are saying she inserted herself into his relationship with his ex-wife, and now it's all coming back around. They're calling it karma. People also pointed out that while Dwyane does financially support his son from that break, the little boy is never seen with them. Like, ever. And that silence? It speaks volumes. Some are claiming Gabrielle helped create that distance, and now Dwyane's emotionally clocked out too. One fan wrote, "When a man's tired, he starts stepping out." That's the truth. Gabrielle is getting dragged in these streets. Bad. But now the big question is, what do you think? Is this really karma catching up to Gabrielle? Or is she just stuck in a messy situation she didn't deserve? And let's be real. Do you think she's really leaving Dwyane this time? Or is it just another bump in a relationship she's not ready to walk away from? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't miss that next video, because the drama is only heating up from here. At the end of the day, whether Gabrielle stays or walks away, one thing's clear. This whole situation is messy, public, and way deeper than the happy couple image they've been selling. From emotional distance to secret drama and a missing wedding ring, the cracks are out in the open now, and fans are watching everything. But what do you think? Is Gabrielle finally done for real this time? Or is this just another chapter in a never-ending saga? Let us know down in the comments. Dozens of them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you're living for the tea. And trust. We've got even more shocking stories lined up next. See you on the next one.